a lot of you might not know, but I actually have, I have 2 stepkids that are older. They're 24 and 27. So my stepdaughter lives up in Binghamton. She lives, 3.5 hours away from us. And I've gotten them neons, so they got neons now. But I got to pick her up tomorrow and bring her down to Baltimore so that she can go to a funeral for her friend's grandfather, who's basically raised her. So my stepdaughter is, was really close to this guy. Pop is what they all called him, and he was a good guy. I met him a couple times. So anyway, she's also bringing her son. I guess it would be my grandson at this point. I'm a 37-year-old grandpa. That's rad. Anyway, and that's not my only grandson. I have 3 in total for my 2 for my stepson too. So I'm gonna drive my shitbox 500 miles tomorrow, but first I need to change the axle in it. So let's get getting, I guess. So actually it was last year. Hell, it was probably June or July. I'd replaced the boots on this axle with some parts store axle or boots, and you can see I just hose clamped them on because that's all I had at the time. I didn't have the right banding tool or anything, and well, the damn boot tore, and it's entirely because the car is too low. So I'm just gonna try and pop this axle out and then put one for my parts car in it. So thankfully I thought about it at the last second, but I didn't drain any fluid out. I just popped the axle off, and yeah, we lost some fluid, which is fine. I'm just gonna have to buy some transmission fluid in the morning because I don't think I have any of this. What I have in here is high mileage. I have high mileage engine oil in it. Yeah, what I'm using for transmission fluid is high mileage engine oil, and it's because it has the same ingredients as the this Pennzoil synchro mesh. It's better apparently, and I've put, I don't know, 20 or 30,000 miles on it, and it works. It shifts the car. It didn't blow up. It made some of the gears feel a little like notchier, but it didn't like cause any harm. And I don't want to like, man, this is, it's gonna lose a lot of fluid. These hold 2.5 quarts, and I think when you drain it like just where the axles are, you lose like a full quart, maybe 1.5 quarts. So I'm definitely, I can't drive it very far without any fluid in it, so I'll just do it in the morning. Let me go get the other axle and jam it in here. So the only other axle I have is this one, which is just from like a, I guess, let me get this one. This one came from AutoZone years ago, and it's been fine. It was a warranty for another axle I had, and then when I parted out my coupe that I had years ago, I took the axles out of it because I wanted them. And I bought that, oh my god, I bought these axles the first time in like 2010. So I mean, they probably don't have that many miles on them, not like 100,000 or 200,000. They probably got 50 or 60,000 miles on them. And I mean, the input shaft looks good because I've kept it stuffed in a transmission. They were out of a car for a while. They were just in the trunk or in the back seat. But anyway, let's jam them into the old boot box. Well, I didn't get me inserting the axle, but basically I just lined it up and twisted a little and pushed it in past the C-clips, and that was it. I'm gonna time lapse again. So yeah, I'm done replacing the axle. It didn't take me long at all. It's like almost like back in the old days. I fought these axles last summer for hours on each side, but after I finally got them out, I took the C-clips and I mushed them in a little bit. So popping this one out didn't take that long. Also, I had found my pickle fork. Where, oh, where can my pickle fork be? I don't know where I put that damn thing. Oh, under the car still? No. Is it under? Oh, it's in the garage. But yeah, I found my pickle fork, and that it's not the tool for this, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier because you can smack it with a hammer. So I just put it up against the axle cup and against the transmission, and I just push. Excuse me. I just push real hard. It has a lot of mass to it, so you don't need to fight it real hard. So anyway, this is done. I got to put fluid in it, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed. I've been up since 5. So how many quarts of fluid are in a big gulp? Because that's how much fluid I lost. I didn't have a way to measure it, so I poured it into a big gulp cup. I think these are about 30 ounces. If I can get a 7-Eleven rep to answer me, that'd be pretty helpful, because that's how much transmission fluid I gotta buy tomorrow. I just went to my my race car supply store, Walmart. But check out this thing. This dude has to work here. I see it here all the time. This shit's badass. So I got the engine oil, I used the transmission fluid, some brake cleaner, and then I got some road trip snacks because I need them. Also because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I got some water. I got some water. I got a gallon of water, some seltzer water. That's all I'm drinking today. Oh, now I need to get a cup of coffee on the way somewhere. Man, this thing looks fucking rad. This is just sick. It's just really nice. I like that a lot. Mexican blanket on the seat, or Surratt blanket, that's what it's called. It's got a Surratt blanket, roll pan, slammed work truck. That is nice. That's how I would build. I guess it's OBS. Yeah, an OBS. So it is time. So I didn't have a funnel, so I made a funnel. Pencil synchro mesh jug, which is what I should actually be putting in this, but it's hard to come by, and well, what I have works better. I just have it propped up through the reverse light sensor hole. I'm just pouring it in. And because this drains so slowly, you can just kind of go whole hog with it. I can put it all in there, I think. Yeah, it's not leaking on this side, so it'll just pour until it can't, I guess. I asked on Reddit, which is always a fucking mistake, you know, like what other people are using in their manual transmissions, because I tried 5W30 high mileage fluid, and you know, the car's fine except that it's a little notchy when it gets cold out, which is true. And I mean, yeah, it was a little bit of a troll post. Most of the people in that subreddit I was in, I think it was like manual transmissions, they're the type of people that are like, oh my God, like, how do I stop rolling back on a hill? And then it's a bunch of like dudes in their mid-30s being like, oh my God, why do you start rolling backwards on a hill? Like, you know, people looking for advice and then people giving the advice are pieces of shit. So shit I don't fuck with. This is for you. It's going nice and slow. You know, nothing spilling out down there, which is always nice. Done. Anyway, this car is got a bad oil leak, and also, oh man, there's a bunch of trash in there. Oh, it's thread sealer. Why would you put thread sealer there? It's a tapered thread. I gotta try to get that out. God dang it. I thought I was looking at transmission guts. I got a fucking tweaker in here. Put it back in gear so I don't get killed. Ha, tweaker. It's a common term for a tweaker, or a common term for a mini screwdriver in a lot of industries. Is just a tweaker. If you can see it that well, there's some like thread tape in here. I'm just gonna try and bring some of it up and out. You want this shit in your transmission at all? Oh. Tape, or is that yeah, it's just thread tape. Okay, cool. That's metal in there. Alright. I don't know why you would put thread tape on this. The only thing you want to put between your brass reverse light sensor and your aluminum transmission case is just clean threads. But whatever. Not today, but I'm sure someday this transmission is just going to give up on me in a spectacular fashion. It's crunchy. Right, and then the wrench I used to put this back on, because I can't find my 22 millimeter, is a 7/8 wrench. As it is close enough to get the job done. I don't want to send it in too hard. That's about where it was. Yeah, this is my special racing oil, and it on my beaters it's never let me down. I always put like, you know, nice full synthetic in my turbo cars because I don't want the turbos to get coked up full of you know, like burnt up engine oil, and it always fucking burns this shit. So maybe I should start just putting in diesel oil in it. I put in about 2 quarts. I'm gonna save the rest of this for later because this thing has bad oil. What are they called? Valve stem guides, valve stem seals. That's what it is. This thing has really bad valve stem seals, and it just burns oil like crazy. Like, here, look at this. This whole engine just gets gunky looking. Like, oh, maybe the PVC valve needs to be replaced, but I'd cleaned up a lot of this when I had to replace that gasket, and it's all shitty looking again. Should do it, and then maybe a little over here. A good measure. I'll leave the hood open a while so it'll off gas some of this junk. Just the car stinks sometimes, so I don't want it to smell like exhaust or, you know, engine oil too bad when I get up there. And we're off. And this drive I usually call the Larkin run because I leave my house, I drive up, pick my stepdaughter up, and I usually drive her down to her friend's house in Baltimore. It's a run I've done a lot. The official Larkin run, I think, is just driving up 83 and then hitting 81 and going up to Binghamton, you know, through Pennsylvania. But this is also part of it. I guess I'll be doing that official run on Saturday. However, I've never done it with a baby, so it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I just got fuel. The car took 4.2 gallons and it had went 152, so it got 35 on my last tank, and that was my commute. So I'm really curious as to what type of gas mileage this is gonna get. This is still with what's basically a Mopar ECU, a couple little dinky mods, a long geared transmission, and I just filled it with 93, so that's what you gotta use when you have a Mopar transmission. Otherwise, it could blow up. Not as bad, but I'm assuming that the other axle's got to get changed at this point. It sucks because I just put all that fluid in this. I gotta drain it again. Maybe I can drain it in a way that I can keep it. Well, so I did it. There's 263 miles there, and I think I was 273 or something, or 275 when I got fuel earlier today. So we have 500 some odd miles all in one day. Not bad. I mean, obviously, like I'm not killing it here, right? Like a lot of people have driven further in one day, but I just had it apart last night. Like I put fluid in it this morning. Sorry I didn't film a whole lot. Me and my stepdaughter just had a lot of catching up to do, so we just talked, and it was really nice. So, oh, and my little grandson, step grandson, whatever, little homie, he was doing good. He was angel in the back seat. I've never had a kid be that quiet for being in a car for 4 hours. And it is now 8:42, and I have to leave my house at 4:15, 4:30 tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed. Thursday I went and got stinky, did 500 miles. Today I'm doing 500 miles again. My wheel is shaking really bad. I think what this is my gosh, I'm brain farting pretty hard. I think that this is due to not really the axle at this point, but maybe it threw a wheel weight or something, because it's a lot less than it was, but it's still pretty bad. It might be the other side too, for all I know. I'm not sure, but it's not bad enough to stop me from driving it. So I'm gonna head down and get stinky. I'll check in later. I just went 326.8 miles on 6.8 gallons of fuel. I'm not sure how much gas mileage that is, but it's pretty good. So anyway, the only thing that happened is that the exhaust has developed a hole. Basically, the hanger that Greg had welded on snapped off at some point. I noticed it sounded a little farty this morning, but I didn't pay much attention because I was kind of going under like 50 miles an hour, so it wasn't a big deal. But as soon as we got on 83, I really started to notice it, and it got worse. I guess the piece fell off finally. So I have that corner of the exhaust held up with some strap that my son-in-law had, and I'm gonna drive home. I'm getting a little tired because I've been like running ragged the last couple days, but I think I'll be okay. Oh yeah, my my parking brake just stopped working like entirely, so I really need to fix that because I almost killed myself a while back with it, and then we were trying to put the baby seat in, and it was started lumping down the hill. So something I got to focus on. But anyway, here's the exhaust sound. It gets, yeah. Oh, it didn't give me a full fill. It cut short. That's annoying. I hate this place because of that. But so my amazing gas mileage is not actually amazing. It says 47.8 miles per gallon, and I know it did not get that much. So I guess when I get back in town, I'm gonna have to average it back and see what I actually got. So anyway, I'll find somewhere to mount this. I don't want to hit the road. This is all just getting annoying for this car for now. I'll figure it out. I'll get it sorted, but got a bunch of little things I want to take care of. That's for sure. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm almost home. So this tank is 224.8 divided by 5.308, and I tried to overfill it, and it says 42.3 miles per gallon, and the other tank was 47 something. So 47 plus 42 divided by 2, 44 and a half. That's rather believable. It was raining the whole way back, so I didn't want to go speeding, so I just took my time. But yeah, I'm like 3 minutes from home. Oh, yeah, it's 11:30. It's way past my bedtime. I'm hoping I can sleep in tomorrow. Anyway, I guess I'll talk more about this later, but I'm tired right now.